people made a lot of money really fast and it was very exciting until one day it wasn't. Secret Invasion. Let's talk about that first. We are indeed doing recaps on our Patreon, so come hang out with us there as well. But there's this big kerfuffle that went on this week with the revelation that some AI was used to create the opening title sequence. And when you see it, if you've not seen it, it's, it sort of sets the tone for the green shape shifting of the scrolls. And it was revealed that AI was used to create it. And so there was understandably this giant backlash, at a time when the Writers Guild is on strike for a multitude of reasons, but primarily this concern about AI encroaching into the work that actual human beings do. This is problematic. Then the production company behind it put out a statement clarifying, okay, our artists used AI as one of the tools to create this sequence. No human beings were displaced. No actual humans lost their jobs because of this. This is just one more way to create these images for you. So it's a slippery slope, right? Like, we're beginning to allow the use of this. I don't know how prevalent it is throughout the industry, but clearly it's enough of a concern that people are striking over it. What do you think about this, Alonso?
Yeah, the timing is not great. I mean, if this were a show like Black Mirror or something where AI was actually what the show is about and the sort of ramifications of AI, and they wanted to kind of work that into the credit sequence, that's one thing. But I'd say at a moment where you have the Writers Guild striking and the Screen Actors Guild threatening to strike, and AI is a major bone of contention between those unions and the producers, for Disney to throw this in and to talk about it is not the best look. It feels a little bit like a jab. So I don't know. I think the credits are also kind of ugly, but maybe they're intended to be. I don't know. I don't know that you couldn't have made what they wound up with without AI. But yeah, I think just the timing just seems off on this.
Yeah, we'll keep following this, but it is just becoming increasingly prevalent in all creative realms. Like, in theory, I could use AI to write a film review. So could you. Would anyone know the difference?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, all AI is basically a sponge of everything else. It doesn't, it can't think for itself. We hope Skynet has not become self-aware, but it basically just sort of like, reads and translates and, mooshes together everything that already exists.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think about this too, because I think it's definitely a topic that's going to be coming up over and over again. For sure. Turner Classic Movies. Let's talk about that. Very important to us all around here, and very important to seasoned veteran filmmakers like Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese and Paul Thomas Anderson. They all met with David Zaslav, who is the head of, what is it called now? It's not WMD. It's like
Warner Brothers Discovery,
WBD,
or Discovery Warner Brothers,
yes.
or
Anyway, I don't want to call it WMD. That was my confusion last time. But it's there have been major cuts at Turner Classic that we learned about over the last week. People in the highest levels. I know that you work with them quite a bit, and you're working with them on your current book. But like the person who was in charge of the film festival, I want to say,
Genevieve McGillicuddy got laid off. Charlie Tabish got cut off, who was their director of programming and like really kind of the soul of the network. A lot of the higher ups are gone, and apparently, according to a piece that was in the Wrap today, like they've cut from like a staff of 90 to like 20, and they're sort of farming out a lot of people to do now multiple things across different WBD properties and not just focused on TCM. And so, this is scary. These are depressing times. And as somebody was saying on Twitter, like Zaslav, comes from the idea of you make cheap programming and you rerun it until the cows come home and you sell commercials on it. And TCM doesn't do any of those things. And so they don't know what to do with it. And so even though it serves a purpose and is important to the culture, this is a very bottom line oriented guy. They're talking about like putting HBO shows on Netflix. They're talking about selling off the music division to Sony, according to Variety. So, he's basically out there to strip it for parts, and TCM does not fit any kind of paradigm that Zaslav seems to be interested in at this point.
And yet it is crucial as far as continuing an outreach with important filmmakers that they want to have work at Warner Brothers. And so
Absolutely.
I've seen conflicting reports as to how this conversation occurred, right? So Scorsese and Spielberg and Paul Thomas Anderson put out some joint statement saying that Zaslav contacted them to begin conversations on how to keep TCM viable. It was out there at first as like emergency phone call, but who called who? There are conflicting reports about that. People like Scorsese have said that they'll have TCM on in the background, like while he's editing with Thelma Schoonmaker, he'll just have it on in the background. Paul Thomas Anderson has it on in his house all the time. So it's important to regular film lovers, but people who are important filmmakers themselves. And so it's concerning.
Yeah, very, very much so. And look, these guys did all try and step up to save Filmstruck, and that didn't really go anywhere. So I don't know what they're going to accomplish this time around. But I think there is, as much as you get these bottom line guys who like see everything in terms of dollars and cents, there are intangibles at play here. I mean, part of the reason that Nolan left Warner Brothers to go to Universal was because they were willing to sort of like roll out this red carpet for him and be like, yes, we'll happily not release any other movie 45 days before or after your next movie. And we'll give you all these things, and Warner Brothers was a studio that really knew how to keep their auteurs happy. Kubrick worked at Warner Brothers for a very long time, like I'd say from about A Clockwork Orange through his death, basically. Or
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, exactly. Good example. So yeah, this is something that doesn't turn up in a balance sheet, but obviously it plays a key role to the future of any movie studio, assuming you care about the future of your movie studio.
For sure. And it all looks bad now, but we're going to keep an eye on this as it goes along. And then there are movies that exist in the world and will exist in the world soon, as evidenced by the cavalcade of trailers that just came out in the past couple of days. Chief among them, it looks really interesting to me, is Challengers.
Aren't you everybody's type?
Come here. Which one of us?
This stars Zendaya and Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor. It's from Luca Guadagnino. It seems like a very different kind of movie for him. It's like a torrid three-way tennis romance.
Look, as long as there's no demonic ballet dancers or people getting eaten, I'm on board.
I would like demonic tennis players. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. So
Or
that is
players.
coming out later on this fall. And then we have Priscilla, which is the Sofia Coppola's movie. It is the whole Elvis Priscilla Presley love affair from the Priscilla perspective.
Yeah, which fits interestingly into the Sofia Coppola, teen girls trapped somewhere cycle. Although Priscilla Presley is an executive producer on this, so I expect it's not going to be super warts and all.
Right. And it's based on her memoir. Right. But it's true. She has, between the Virgin Suicides and Everywhere and Lost in Translation.
Wait, is it Everywhere or is it like somewhere?
Somewhere. Thank you.
Yes,
somewhere.
okay.
Yes. Everything is women who are trapped somehow, like beautiful and stylish.
Even Life Without Zoe, if you want to get, really into there.
Yeah. So that is coming out. Okay. So Challengers is September 15th. Priscilla is in October at some point. We have two movies that I know I'm going to confuse until they come out, because one is the Beanie Babies movie and one is the GameStop movie. I'm like, which one's got Nick Offerman and which one's got Zach Galifianakis?
You have the power to create your own future. You can be anything. You can do anything.
It's called The Beanie Bubble. It comes out on Apple TV Plus on July 28th.
Oh, okay.
It's in theaters before them. It begins streaming the 28th. And it is about, kind of like we've had Tetris and Air and
sure.
the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie. This is, if you've been dying to know, the origin story, the Beanie Baby. This stars Elizabeth Banks and Zach Galifianakis. And then the same day that came out, the trailer for this GameStop movie, Dumb Money, came out.
Right.
This is the new Craig Gillespie movie about how the GameStop stock just skyrocketed and then plunged. And that has an incredible cast. And that is like Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Shailene Woodley. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Gotcha. There's a
Anyway,
really
and
good doc. Didn't we review the Beanie Baby doc that was on Max, or maybe
I
Dave
don't
and
think
I did?
so.
Anyway, on Max, there's a really good doc about that whole financial crisis and how it happened.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a lot, but they seem both like the way these things are cut. It's like people made a lot of money really fast, and it was very exciting until one day it wasn't. So that is coming out September 22nd. And then today we got the trailer for Drive Away Dolls, which Alonso, you mentioned during our live stream the other day.
Yeah, I
This
saw it
is
attached to Asteroid City.
You're not wearing that.
I just came from work.
I came from Toledo. I don't dress like it.
I'm not here to peddle my wares.
Yeah, this is from Ethan Cohen. This is Ethan Cohen doing his own movie, Away from Joel, which he co-wrote with his wife, Trisha Cook. And it is a lesbian romance with Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viswanathan. And it looks like a fun, cool road trip
movie.
romp.
Yeah.
So we will watch all of those. We will review all of those. Let us know what you're excited about seeing. We'll definitely be on top of them as fall movie season comes around.